Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Soma Paul. So today I'm going to share with you how I create my pop arts. I have been in the commercial illustration market for roughly around past 10 years, and I'm more well known for my pop culture or street art as you call it. So today I'm going to show you my work progress. So basically all my work start with 4 steps, which you can see from here. I put it on the screen, which is first, sketch an idea. Second, ink your sketch in another layer. Third, give color and shading on another layer. And lastly, give it a nice background, and it's done. So everything starts off with a very simple concept on an idea. So the application I'm using today is called Clip Studio Pro, which is more of like illustration application mainly used by manga artists, but I use it for illustration. So what I'm going to do right now is to bring you along on my creation process. I'll split this video into 2 so you're able to follow along. Basically when I'm actually just doodling ideas, I'll just think of something that I'll just draw something that straight away pop up on my mind. So today I'm just going to open up a very basic sketch and create a very simple design just out of my mind. So what I'm actually doing right now is just to create a canvas on Clip Studio Pro, and once I have it, I will just set up everything like the proper DPI. Normally I go for 350. Usually it's not that high, but just for video creation's sake or just for the ease of client's sake, because sometimes most of them they will need to print out in large format. Like for example, when I'm actually doing work for international companies or movie studios, all this and that, or so on and so forth. So normally I'll create a better, more higher DPI platform for them. So the first thing I'll go into is a concept and sketch. So right now what I'm actually doing right now is I'm trying to recreate a traditional Japanese snack called dango, which is a rice cake, and I'm just going to do it my style. So right now what I'm actually doing is just sketching out the base idea on how I want my dango to look like, the parts and variations. So once I have a rough sketch, I will just copy and paste, so that I can have 2 sets, and I want them to be have all 6 of them have unique different expression. Especially the bottom 2, I want them to be butting heads. So my creativity process normally comes with how I feel at that point of time, because I put a lot of emotional into my design and my crafts. And for the past 6 to 7 years, most of my artwork is done for other studios where they wanted to have like a quick splash page or their t-shirt designs, that they can sell on their tours or on their merch site. So normally that's what I do. But if you're interested in getting me to create unique design for your merchandise or for your company, you can just simply drop me an email, or you can contact me directly on YouTube. It's fine. So as you can see from me, I'm just drafting out ideas which I have from my mind. I wanted this dango to be weird, so hence the title Weird Dangos. I wanted them to be unique, yet have a little bit splash of style, if you put it that way. So I'm just going to leave you all with this creation process, because normally for this kind of videos, right, for this kind of live capturing videos, creating such a sketch will normally take me an hour and a half. Normally that's around the time, with a lot of ideas bouncing around and changing my thoughts, all this and that. I'm quite finicky when it comes to design. I like to have the feel, the vibe, as per what I feel at that point of time, or the thing that I wanted to portray. So you all can just listen to the music for a while I finish up this sketch quickly. I'll fast forward, if not this video will be very long. So more or less the sketch is more or less done. So I'm just going to bring you guys over to the next step, which is we are going to go through is the inking process, which is one of my favorite also. So for inking, normally I will just open up another layers, select black ink, and I'll just go into the my pen folio and just choose the G-nib. G-nib or G-pen is normally how manga artists used to draw their comics. It is a very unique defined line, but for me, I like to take some shortcuts. So as you can see from the dangles mostly are circle or ball shape. So I just use the circle tool and create just a bunch of balls, and just copy and paste accordingly over the dangle stick itself, and after that I'll just clean up this section because it cut down the process a lot. So as you can see from here, I'm just trying to draw something out, so I'll just fast forward this progress and we see how it looks like later on. Some thoughts on concept design, or you're talking about any kind of art style or artwork that you have. It's very useful, especially when you are breaking things into simple shapes. The reason why I choose this dangle is because of they are all circular. It's easy to come up with design for them, and for this kind of ideas wise, right, it's very easily to fit it into you know, like stickers merchandise, or you're talking about like printing on t-shirts, right? These are all very simple to produce design, and as you can see from here, I'm just cleaning up the section to make them look whole. And I also put in a different type of expression for basically all 6 of them differently, so you can see from this image itself, each of them has their own personality, so to say, except for the bottom 2 that is a bumpy head with each other. So the creation process is always like this. I go from scratch, come up with a design sketch or concept, then I slowly clean up the thing and add in elements as needed. Because normally items can be very simple, but I want to give it my own style and something that will fit the design aesthetic, as you can say. I'm not really a traditional artist, even though I studied under a traditional art platform during my school days, but I'm actually more geared towards this type of style, and this type of style has proven to be very useful for me in my terms of my trade. It just started off with a very basic understanding of how to create this type of artwork from books and you know, like watching videos of other artists, and also, you know, like taking street photography on graffitis or artwork or anything that basically captured my attention when I was moving about. That was I think roughly that one is roughly around a year or 2 when I left the school, and I didn't have my own studio yet at that point of time, and I'm still trying to find my way to fit into the society. Yeah, I mean, when you're fresh out of art school, you could either go and work, or you know, like how do I say, advertising company, all this and that, but those are not the art that I wanted to create. Hence, I never really follow my peers into all those. I mean, they are successful in their own way, but I kind of like to do things my way, and so far the style that I'm actually creating, you know, is well loved by people, and that's the whole reason why I have been continuing to pursue this career for so long. I mean, if you're counting it from my step up from school and the time that I'm trying to figure out my stand in society, you know, until now, almost close to 10 years. I'm not a very you could say that I'm more of an introvert person, but I'm I work the best when given a lot of creative control over the design that I'm working with. Of course, when you're working with commercial clients, they will have their own requests. And of course, I will be telling them, straight out of the bat, this is the if you wanted to hire me to create a unique design for your company, these are the things that I may be looking for, and we are able to see whether is it possible we can or work on projects similar to your company style. And I have been very grateful that all of them has been very willingly allowing me to let my studio handle most of the creation arts. I mean, practically when we're starting off, it's not really that easy, but after a while you start to know that arts is not something that you could actually compromise, because that's the reason why they find you in the very first place. A lot of our starting artists will be thinking of I must find my way to fit into the client's request, correct? But you must also be able to give off your own vibe. I mean, the reason why they look for you and not advertising studios or any other stuff is because of those very by the book, by the rule. They always have a standard template of how they wanted the design to be for their clients, because it will fit well with their portfolio. But we as an artisan, and especially those who is trying to build a name for themselves or run their own design studio like me, you need to have something that makes you stand out from the rest. So you're not going to create run to the mouth artwork. You could actually get any kind of art students to create. They wanted something unique. That's why they pay you so much for. So of course, as an artist itself, me and my crew practically we have this motto, which is very well known in our circle, is we will always want to make sure that the vibe and the design that we're creating now tells a story, tells on how our art design philosophy is. And the clients that are going to work with us, they also understand. They wanted something that is unique for them, and also have a sense of story that we are trying to tell. So as you can see from this Dango pit itself, we have so much personality jam-packed into such a small sketch. And keeping it raw, because I want you guys to see how I create. I'm not going to show the flashy parts. No, those are the things that not realistic. You can say that it's not realistic, because a lot of people, when we are creating, right, they always want to. I mean, most of them will be trying to keeping these ideas, this trick by their own, so that it will be unique to them. But for me and my studio wise, we don't advocate that. We wanted everybody to learn. We wanted everybody to join, and we wanted the whole art community to grow. I mean, in Singapore, there's not much artist YouTuber channel. I mean, I've been checking around. I see maybe one or two. I'm not able to find any artist channel in Singapore that is doing what me and my studio is doing. So I think that this is a very good platform, and I wanted to share with everyone, especially art students. Be it whether you are from NAFA or SOTA, point, never give up your dreams. Point, be it whether you are doing architecture design, or you are doing concept art design, or you are doing the traditional art, or you are doing any form of arts itself. Always pursue the purest form of expression. That is what I can say. Because if you are able to express yourself well in your field, people will start to take notice of you. Meaning you will not be the cog in the system. You get what I mean? Meaning when you go out of school, and you will be thousands and thousands of the same person that the school system has created. You need to have something that is sets you differently from others. I do not know how far nowadays parents would think about how their kids when they want to pursue in the terms of arts. It's not easy path, I have to say, but as long as you persevere in the things that you're trying to do, it will be great. It just only takes time. I will not want to give young art students the promise of, like when you are taking up this certain subject, and when you pass out, you'll be given a certain job, so on and so forth. No, it doesn't really work that way. There'll be thousands and thousands of people like you, especially in current day and time in Singapore. Not only local artists, you'll be competing with overseas artists or overseas students who actually came to Singapore to study. So you need something that sets you different from others. I hope that through these 2 short videos, you'll be able to see that how easy it is to create ideas just off the bat, making them look unique to yourself. Of course, this is my own style. You can follow this style if it suits you, or you can modify my methods, because it's always start with 4 steps. Those are the 4 steps that is very useful for me, and during my time, and also the 2 years that I was working as a so-called comics assistant in Taiwan. Those are the things that you start to learn, you start to appreciate the artwork itself. Most of the time, I mean nowadays, right, most of my artwork from my studio is all digital. But I personally start off with traditional artwork, meaning I'm using pencils, acrylic, oil, wash, all this and that. It's just a matter of changing your style to fit the current day and standard, because I think back in the old days, artwork mostly is created through canvases, and you send to the client have to get people to do post-processing on it. But nowadays, I can just be back in the studios, me and my guys will be able to generate different multitude of artworks or companies, within the scheduled time frame. I mean, that's normally how I would do it. Yeah, point. And one more thing for artists who wanted to do commission job. Always remember not to sell yourself short. Always be ready to show off your best work. You can start to do basic, very, very, very simple basic commission job for family members. A simple artwork, a simple design, because all this puts the skills that you learn from school into place. And it's a good place to start, a good place to learn. Join event convention, sign up with toy alleys, or art alleys, normally they call it, where you are able to rent a small booth and sell your artwork. You can sell art prints. If you want to know where to print out art prints, because it's cheap, always go to Sunshine Plaza, which is located in Bugis. Okay, there's a lot of shops over there who print out high quality art piece, but of course, you will need to check out the pricing from different shops there and then find the cheapest that you can find. You get my point? And then you are able to sell those art piece to make a small profit, so that you are able to use those money to put forward to buying more materials, get more equipment, so on and so forth. And another thing is to you can post up your commission opening request in Carousel, and people will be able to engage you from Carousel. But if you're going to do commission artwork for commercial wise, there will be a fee that you need to pay in order to get your item listed there. But if you are established enough, you will not need to have that. Normally, business will come to you. But I mean, for me wise, even though until today, after so long, as an artist, right, it's always important to keep your ego in check. I mean, I have ego. A lot of my peers have ego. Almost everyone have egos. But you must understand, you are creating something for other people. This artwork, the creation is from you. But most of the time, when your clients is contacting you for a certain unique project itself, they will have a few criteria. So at the end of the day, you must understand, You are the one who put their ideas into images, into an art form. You deserve a certain credit, but not 100%. That's why you are being paid. If you wanted to have 110% over the control of your design and giving up to them, right, you might as well don't ask them for money. So always remember, keep your ego in check. Listen to what your client wants and slowly work to fit within their ideology. Most of people, or most of businesses that I have met throughout my years, they are all accommodating. They understand what you are trying to give them. Always give them options. That's what I'm trying to say. So I think that at this point right now, right, it's more or less the artwork, the line art is more or less finished. I'm just going to take a break from here, and I'll let this video automatically play out to the end. Then hopefully you'll be able to get something out from this process. And I will link the I'll put up the second video of how I ink this dango in 2 days time. So thank you so much for listening to my rant. I'm just trying to help out fellow artists. And if any fellow artists from Singapore wanted to reach out, please feel free to contact me. I'm sure we are able to collaborate on some unique designs together. And and also one more thing, remember to like, subscribe, and ring the notification bell so you don't miss my next upcoming video. Thank you so much. Soma Paul,